Hey there, podlings. Welcome here to JuPodRe. It is a great episode this week, but you'll notice a couple of different things. Not to be worried, though. This is just a one-off. But it is still a wonderful conversation where we talk about travel, projects, wishes, and other things like that. So, we hope you enjoy this week's episode of JuPodRe. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of JuPodRe, the conversational podcast with absolutely no roadmap. I am JuPodRe.
I am Blien.
And you may notice a couple of things here with this episode. Number one, we are missing Albatross. We want to excuse him for this week. That's why Blien and I are here. You may also notice we are not in the pod because the pod is at Albatross's house. So, you know, if he's not here, we're not going to be at his house.
Yeah. He would let us, but...
Yeah, right, but that's not the point. The point is, we are here, we're ready to bring you some classic JuPodRe entertainment, have a nice conversation, and hope that you enjoy it as well. Blien, it's been a while since you and I have had just a one-on-one conversation, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's mostly not my fault.
I agree. All right. Yeah, it's mostly my fault, and I'm sorry about that. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I have a lot more time. And once this yard project actually finishes and such.
You're just going faster than my dad's ever did.
Did your dad ever start one?
Yeah, we put grass in our backyard. And I tried since I was about 10 years old, and it finally got done when I got home from my mission.
To do the grass?
Yes.
I thought it was always there.
Nope.
Oh, well. You know someone for 14 years and then you find out later. Yeah, so we have our trenches dug, most of them. That's actually, it's crazy. The rocks and everything out here, we already talked about it when I did my what the F about not getting the scoop, the lift.
Yeah.
But like even after the trencher was here, he wasn't able to do everything. You know, he was in a ditch witch.
Yeah.
So it was like a tractor with a chainsaw looking thing on the end.
Yep.
And stupid thing was 12 feet long. So he couldn't do some of the trenches we wanted. Our yard is really narrow in some places. And then the stupid utility lines went right along the entire side of the fence where I wanted a trench. So that didn't happen. Last week, we spent 3 hours digging more trenches.
Oh. Yeah, that's a lot of time digging. I've done that. But
it's no good.
Yeah, it's not fun.
But I will say this, if you get the chance, definitely hire someone because that sucker didn't just dig the trenches. It pulled more boulders this big, and those not on YouTube. We're talking 2.5 feet long boulders weighing 50, 60 pounds. Just ripped them right out of the ground, and he tore out 2 stumps. Three stumps.
Those ditch witches are like the professional brand. Like that's what professional. Lost my verb.
So, check this out. When you say professional, I know you mean like landscapers.
Landscapers, yeah.
So, when I hear the word professional, there are 2 different ways I can see it. Number one is, kind of like a businessman or, the really fine doing the top of the line. But then the other is like an athlete. And so when you said it's what the professionals use, all I could think of was these ditched witch tournaments where people are like running around a track, digging trenches or trying to rip something out. I was like, how the heck do you do a professional trench?
Hey, I think I could do very well in a demolition derby with a ditch witch.
I agree with you on that. Oh, gosh. You just ride up on someone and pull the 180 and just like chop them in half. Oh, that's incredible. I like that a lot. That's a funny thought. So we have the trenches dug. I took some time after work on Tuesday and I put some of the pipes together, glued them in, and we have them set. And then as I laid those, I realized that we didn't have all the parts we need. Yeah, it's a bummer. And we need to finish more of those trenches. We did most of the backyard, kind of swinging into the front. The other thing is our dirt kind of fell in on itself.
It does that.
Yeah, it was soft. It was easy to get out there. But in the front, we need to actually dig more feet, and we need to dig lower because, there were the backyard doesn't have any utility lines, really.
Yeah.
Like, you can look out this window here, the flag right there, that's as far east as the utility lines go. So everything out there is just, like, done. But we've had to dig deeper because you couldn't get as far in the front. And it's a bummer, but, it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that the snow predicted for Sunday waits at least till Sunday.
Yeah, it's been cold lately. I was glad I didn't ride my motorcycle to work today.
Yeah, I think the highest I saw when I got in my truck for lunch was 60 degrees.
Yeah.
It was the highest. And actually, that brings up another thing. I think I'm a fan of spring over fall.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Sometimes. In the spring, I love the spring. In the fall, I love the fall.
Okay, is it just because it's a reprieve from the other intense seasons that Utah has with the summer and the winter?
Yeah. But the problem is both of them are just like, hey, it's summer. Wait, no. Hey, it's spring. Now it's summer. Hey, it's fall. Now it's winter.
Yeah. And that's actually why I think I prefer the spring is, it was just 3 weeks ago maybe, it was 90-something degrees outside. And now suddenly it's 50. And that's so abrupt. It's so sudden. I think that causes a lot of the colds and the flus and everything else out here.
Yeah.
But in spring, it's a little more wet. And it is a little chillier. It takes longer to warm up. But it is a much more gradual change. And so you go from the 20 degrees to 30. And then you're in the 50s. And then you spend a couple weeks in the 60s. And then it's the 70s. And then you hit summer. It's the 80s. I think it's a smoother, more friendly transition.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that at least?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah. We've had some very short springs.
And that's fair. I think that, and that's the other problem with having 4 seasons in the same state. Like, just, which one is it? It's always
construction.
Changing. Yeah. That's the 5th season.
No, that's all the seasons in Utah.
But it's very pleasant to have all 4. I can't imagine not having one of the 4.
Yeah.
Like, just think about that one time where, and actually, I went through this on my mission when I was in Southern California, right? They have spring, quote unquote, in the fall, but really all it is it's
10 degrees colder.
Yeah. I was up in the mountains in a city called, or my area was called Tujunga, but I was living in a city called La Crescenta.
Okay.
And the coldest it got there in the mountains was 33, 32. That's freezing. That's literal freezing temperature.
Yeah.
But that was winter?
Yeah.
There was no snow. I didn't even wear the long sleeves or the sweaters that I brought.
Yeah.
It was 33.
Can't believe you brought any sweaters.
Hey, you know what? It was a sweater vest.
Oh.
That's all I brought.
It was that's almost worse.
Well, come on, man. Come on. But like the suit jacket, I still took it off after I didn't need to wear it anymore.
Yeah.
I got a sweater. One of the people I was teaching was worried about me because I had just the short sleeves. And so she bought me a sweater.
Yeah. And as a missionary, you can't say no. You're just like, thanks.
Yeah.
And you make sure you wear it the next time you see them. I
rolled my sleeves up. And they're like, that's not the point. And I said, this isn't the point at all. It was fun. But it was weird not having true, in my opinion, winter and not having true, in my opinion, spring. Because it transitioned from winter straight back into summer.
Yeah.
It was a very stark difference?
Well, it could be worse.
Let's hear it.
In Ukraine, what I called it was the Great Meltdown, is what spring was.
Okay.
Here in Utah, you do get a lot of snow, but it melts during a lot of the days.
Right.
No, in Ukraine, it just builds up and it builds up and it gets packed down. And then when spring happens, everything's just slushy, 2-inch deep,
Gross.
just cold, but wet. And it's like
good.
that for about 2.5 weeks. And I felt bad for my companion who said, "No, I don't think I need some boots." I'm just like, "You're going to want some boots." "No, I'll be okay. The puddles aren't that bad." Oh yeah,
gosh,
they are.
Yeah, that is incredible.
So
that would be, like, I know that living in it would probably be abysmal, but to visit and see that once, I think would be totally worth it.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I've wanted to do traveling around the world. I haven't been able to for a while. And
it's expensive.
It is, and it's time consuming too. I think that's the biggest thing, is it takes so much time.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to go to Ukraine for a day. Why would you do that? You need a week. Minimum, you need a week. In my opinion.
Yeah, minimum a week, but I want to take like 2 months off sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And either start in Ukraine or end in Ukraine and just travel across Europe. Just take trains and buses and just go visit Germany, England, Belgium. Just lots of cool places.
I will tell you, when we stayed in Belgium, we were there for a week and a half, 10 days.
And it wasn't enough.
No, honestly, it wasn't. But that's hard because Belgian culture is all about their beer.
Yeah.
And I don't drink. So, like, there were bars everywhere. And we were like, we just want a restaurant where we can get some food. Or like, what should we go check out? Oh, there's this great brewery, or there's this awesome pub. And it's like, come on, man. We did find a couple of things, and I would do those again. I think they're really cool. Just exploring, seeing the different ways their maps work. Like, Belgium has more than one official language, and so the streets all have Dutch and French names. And so when you're on the map, when you're looking at the map, you'll see the Dutch name, look up, and you'll see the French name on the street sign, and not realize it's the same street, but it's written farther down the map.
Yeah.
It was weird. But we took a train to Paris. It was a 2-hour train ride, catered. It was pretty cool. And, I would love to do, like you were saying, just, take a train one stop at a time. Maybe not always return to the one destination.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Eiffel Tower. That would be pretty cool.
I don't want to ruin it for you or anyone else, but it was kind of
disappointing.
Yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's just a big tower.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Statue of Liberty. I'm just like, it's just a big lady on an island. Well, and it's not. It would be cool, but I wouldn't be going there to see the Eiffel Tower. But if I was passing it, I wouldn't not make the stop.
Right, and we wanted to. That was our goal. We went in October hoping that, school was in, not a lot of people were going to be around. There were still 600 people trying to get to the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
And like you meet up at the bottom and you take an elevator up to that first tier. And like in the movies, they always make it look a lot cooler than it is. Like I have this really specific scene from the movie Spy Kids. Do you remember that one?
Unfortunately.
Of course, unfortunately. In the beginning, they're telling the story about the two spies to their kids, and you see fireworks going off, and she, sidles up to the railing, and then he flicks a box over to her, just, and they're the only two people on it. No. There are so many people always in that tower.
Yeah.
Like, it really took away from the experience because you had to shuffle forward, get your look, shuffle forward, look again, shuffle forward, take a picture. It was really overly modernized from what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it also didn't help that we were there in October, so it was cold and it was windy. And it was the windiest day, I think, of the 10 we were there. And so up that high with the wind and so many people, it really disappointed me personally. But I would go again, I think.
Yeah.
I think everyone should have that expectation. Like it's a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
It's not like they portray it in the movies where it's just like 6 people, taking their time going up and taking their pictures and it's really romantic. It's not.
Only if you spend a lot of money and say...
I don't even know if that's possible.
I bet you it is. If you paid enough money to the right people, they would empty it for you.
So check this out. We would have to... I can't remember how much it was, but you have to... It's a paid entry, right?
Yeah, it's probably $20 would be per person, would be my guess.
I was thinking 13 euros is what I paid, so that's closer to 15 US.
Yeah.
No, a euro is more, isn't it?
More US dollars to euros.
So $1.10 equals a euro or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's closer to $1.30.
Okay. So either way, that's what's coming to my brain. I don't know if it's true or not. But if you get the chance, definitely do. But it just be warned, it's a tourist attraction. It's not meant to be a quick, we're here and explore and then go down. It's a very long process.
So this is why when I go on vacations, I like to ask locals where they go all the time, what sites they go to see. I don't like big attractions just because I'm a people person. I don't mind people, but I don't like being surrounded by people. So that's one reason why when I go to a concert, I don't like being up front in the mosh pit.
Nah.
I like being back where I can sit back and just enjoy my time there.
Okay. I can respect that. I had a thought and now it's gone. What was I going to say?
While you think about that, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Where is your dream vacation spot that is not like a common place that everyone likes to go, like the Eiffel Tower?
I don't know that I have a good answer for that. My wife and I have talked about going to the Lord of the Rings tour in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's going there.
Yeah.
But we've also talked a lot about just going across Ireland and looking at all the castles. Not one specifically, not a certain city, just like you were saying, taking a week or a couple months and just beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 hitting all of the castles. Yeah. That's something I would really enjoy. I also think I would enjoy Alaska for a little bit. But I'm also a really big city guy. Yeah. So I would love to just go and explore... Dubai.
Yeah.
Just as a city in another country, a big city in another country. And just when we went to San Diego for that trip all the way back in December of it was December 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's crazy. Anyway, when we went there, I just walked around the city of Little Italy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went and saw a farmer's market there, and we just walked and walked and walked for like another 20 blocks just in the city.
Yeah. That farmer's market, great farmer's market.
I wouldn't know. Haven't been to too many.
I went and I tried almost every food that they were giving out, and everything tasted good. One of the best and worst things I did was I tried every single hot sauce that was there. That was my goal. I'm just like, I'm not going to pass up on a single hot sauce. And I did it. I tried probably 50 different hot sauces, 30 of which were made to be as hot as they could be.
Yeah.
And by the time I was done, I'm just like, give me some water, give me something. And luckily, I found a place that did a dips made from beans.
Okay.
Yeah, just a bunch of different types of dips, and I tried every single one except for the habanero. And I'm just like, I've had enough.
Did you taste burn for the rest of your?
No, it was fine. I'm pretty good with hot sauces, and I could have taken any one of them and put it on a dish and been fine. But since I tried like 30 to 50 different sauces, they just added up together, and oh my goodness.
Well, I think that we've gone a bit long on just little tangents here and there. Yeah. I've enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
But I think it's about time for What the F.
Yes, sir.
Today's episode is brought to you by Virtual Performance. Via the internet, they provide personal fitness training, meal planning, and coaching.
Which is important for staying healthy. Virtual Performance will not only help develop your physical strength and endurance, but also your mental fortitude. This will improve your life and your gaming skills.
Even the professional gamers have training regimens. That means the rest of us need one too if we're going to get as good as they are. So, find Virtual Performance online at trainingvp.com, on social media at TheTrainingVP on both Twitter and Instagram, or send them an email, info@trainingvp.com.
All right, everybody. Here we go for What the F.
You prepared since Albatross isn't here?
Close enough.
Because I didn't.
That's no good. All right, here we go. Episode 16. I am looking at the Twitter vote. We had 3 nominations last week. It was Suicide Lane, Get Out of the Way 2.0, and Balls. I want to clarify something real quick. I was thinking, I listened back on this episode, and I realized I didn't explain what my What the F question actually was. It was, A, how did that rock formation get there? B, what the F, Dad? Like, that's what you're sending me? And C, what the F, the picture wasn't there until later.
Yeah.
But anyway, Balls was the winner. Yay. It's a great story. I think it's a lot of fun. So here's what we're gonna do. I saw Albatross earlier today and asked him, what the plan was. So here we are, and he said he was really disappointed because he wanted to be here. He had a great What the F story, and I was like, well, why don't you just send it to me? So here we go. Nice. I am choosing Albatross to go first. I was on a 2-lane road in the city of Orem heading south. That's a city here in Utah.
That's already getting good.
I know, right? It's a horrible city. 2 lanes, being one going south, the other going north, with no middle lane. Okay, we've all seen that, right? No problem. Some guy decided that he was going to turn into the gas station that was at the light, but he came into my lane as if it was the middle lane. I blasted my horn at him, and he just shrugged at me all confused. Like, what's your problem, dude? Mm-hmm. So, what the F? Albatross almost head-on collided with the guy.
Oh, that's always scary.
It is scary. And the other unfortunate thing is I lived down around that area, a couple cities north, and that's not uncommon down there. People just either aren't paying attention or don't care. And it's scary and dangerous.
Yeah.
It's scary and dangerous. So, let's see. We're going to say Albatross and call that one. Should we call it Get Out of the Way 3?
Head on.
All right. Head on. Blien, will you go next, please?
Yes. This one's been happening over time, but it was really annoying lately.
Okay.
So, at work, we have 2 gates to leave our lot.
Okay.
And they're only about 40, 50 feet from each other. And we open them both in the morning. But for some reason, the management decided to close one about 10 minutes before we close. So now everyone has to exit the parking lot from the other gate, which is normally okay, but there's construction right there right now. And so when they decided to close one of the gates this week, they closed it inside the little one-way section that they have sign holders that flip them around, go stop. So instead of having the one outside so people can just turn left instead of right into the construction, that everyone has to go through the construction, whether they're going right or left. I'm just like,
that's no good.
What is going on here? Why didn't you think about this? When you closed it, you could see where the sign holder was. Mm-hmm. So, wrong gate.
Wrong gate. Wrong gate. Dude, like, what a bummer.
I know.
I
went out to my car and was just like, well, I'm just going to stand here for 15 minutes.
Let the line die down a little bit. I've been impressed isn't the right word. Astonished maybe at the lack of foreplanning that some people do that. Yeah. And it just, like you said, it's been going on a while, but just recently I've noticed it a little bit more that a lot of people just don't.
Yeah.
They don't think about it. Speaking of, here is my story. We record on Wednesdays. I do the editing on Thursdays, and the way it'll work is I'll come home from work, I'll have some food, I'll come downstairs rather, because that's where we are. I'll come downstairs right here in this room, and I'll do all the editing, but the upload takes a really long time. So what I'll do is it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'll just start it and go upstairs and finish my night. Yeah. And then I'll come back in the morning on Friday, make sure it all went the right way, type up the email, get it sent out, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
Well, last week, this is...
I don't know what happened, but I knew for some reason something was delayed.
Nothing truly got delayed, per se, because the episode aired just about when it normally does. But my computer had a Windows update and rebooted in the middle of one of the uploads.
Stinking Windows. You'd think they'd be like, let's see if they're doing something.
Well, and that's just it's based on the active hours. Windows 10 has been designed to wait for a certain window. Windows window. Yeah. Anyway, a certain time window to do those reboots. And so by every metric on any night other than that night, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Luckily, so here's the way it works for us. I do an upload into our OneDrive and a separate one to the Rated R YouTube channel. The one for the YouTube channel made it.
Oh.
It was all done. So Rated R could still put at least that video out. And then I upload the rest to the OneDrive and then share just the video and the audio file to then put on Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. Go listen anywhere, any of those places, everybody. We're branding. Anyway, so I just had to have that one set up again. I asked my wife to watch it because she works from home and tell me when it loaded. So later on at work, I got it all sent out. It was only an hour or two later than normal, email-wise. Episode was still out. It's fine. But what the F, Windows? Why you reboot?
Windows always picks the worst time. Every time it's just like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Like, one time I was in the middle of a video game online.
Oh, gosh.
And it's just like, you have to reboot now.
Yeah.
No. No, I don't.
See, the biggest thing about it is when I get online and I need to do something on my computer, the first thing I do is I check for a Windows update. Yeah. Every time. Except that night. Except that night. It's the worst.
Yep. It's always when you don't do something that's when you should have caught it.
So what are we going to call that? Mr. Approver, do you have any ideas here?
No. What, the F update?
Shut it down?
Shut it down.
Something like that?
Shut it down.
Shut it down. All right, there we go. We have 3 nominations for the week. Those are Head On, Wrong Gate, and Shut It Down. So that poll will go up soon after this episode airs. Please go ahead and vote on that Twitter poll or send any of us a direct message. You should see all of our @s and our contact information on myslink.app/JuPodRe. You can also comment directly on the YouTube video, send us an email or an Instagram or Albatross's TikTok.
Yeah.
He's really loving that. But anyway, that will do it for this week's What the F.
Today's What the F moment was brought to you by Soesic Clothing. Soesic Clothing provides shirts, hoodies, hats, accessories, and even game codes. Cheaper than you can find them elsewhere at times. You can even customize the clothing with your gamer tag if you so desire. And the best part is, you can use code JuPodRe to get 15% off. That's right, 15% off. Use code JuPodRe, JuPodRe, at soesicclothing.co.
Now on to announcements. Mr. Blien.
It's feeling like winter, unfortunately.
It is. Like we were talking about earlier, it got really cold real fast, just kind of dropped from the mid-70s, nice comfortable temperature, to 50.
Yeah, but it's really nice in the middle of the day.
Yeah, because the sun is out and you can feel the heat from the sun, even though it's only 50 degrees. It's mostly the wind that's cooling it down. But anyway, yeah, it is feeling wintry.
But it's not past Thanksgiving. Just I'd let everybody know it's not past Thanksgiving yet. It's not even past Halloween. And I'm not going to even say why I'm bringing that up.
All right. I do have a couple of updates from last week's episode with the list. Number 1, I did say that I only used Dell and HP computers for work. That is not true. I have used a Lenovo singular and a Surface singular. So those, and they weren't very long, either one.
I like Lenovo. Lenovo's a pretty good. Not like the best brand, but they're very safe brand to buy.
I think that they have improved over the last couple of years because TSM is sponsored by the Lenovo gaming line. Yeah. I forget what it's called because I've looked into it, but I have certain specifications for what I want in a laptop. Yeah. Pardon me. And so I haven't used it yet. Legion. It's called the Legion. Legion. Yeah, the Lenovo Legion. If you get a chance, check those out. Those are great computers from what I hear. I did not have a Legion when I used it for work, but that's okay. The picture with the list, all I had to do was Control-A and undo the spell check to get rid of the squiggly red lines. And I didn't do that. I realized I should have, and I didn't, and I feel really bad about that because what a dumb mistake. I am sorry. Also, the last thing is in between our transitions, between our segments. Normally, I just have the JuPodRe logo with the sponsor in the middle. So like Virtual Performance over JuPodRe's final logo, and then the Soesic Clothing over that. Last week, I tried to add music to it, so I have the theme song. Yeah. And as I listened back on it last week,
didn't work.
Oh, it was so bad.
Oh.
Well, it was so bad. We learn. So my apologies, everybody. It actually startled me. I'm the one who put him in there, and then I hear, all right, and here we go, on to What the F. And I was like, oh, jeez. It got me. And so that was a mistake. I think later we can get some better music and better transitions with it, and it'll be fine. But
that's one thing we're working on.
Yeah, oh gosh, guys, it was bad, and so I apologize for that.
If it startled you too, let us know. We'd love to hear
it. That's our spooky stories from October. Well, that's all I had. We went through our main topic. That didn't actually
end up.
Yeah, it wasn't a main topic at all. We did our What the F. I have no more announcements. Do you have anything else?
Just we're excited to have Albatross back next week. He should be here.
Yep. So we will see you next week.
Thanks to everybody who joined us today on JuPodRe. We hope you had a great time, and we hope you join us next week. Don't forget to follow us on social media. On Twitter, we are at JuPodRe, at JuPodRe, at Albatross17, at Blien with 3 N's, and at Rated R LLC. We also have Instagram. Just look up any of our ats or at JuPodRe. Or hit us up on our Slink link. It's myslink.app/JuPodRe. Don't forget to vote for What the F. We hope to see you next week, my podlings.